I recently 100% Sparking Zero. Now that the hype's dying down, there are some things I want to talk about because I feel like this game doesn't reach its full potential. And there are a few things that I feel like if fixed, it could definitely make the game a lot better overall. For me, I love this game. I like, in terms of expectations, I think it does meet a lot of them. But now that there is time has passed and everything is chilled out and now we get to see the game for how it really is instead of just nostalgia, I feel like there's some things to talk about because honestly for me there definitely is things that I want to be better. Here are some things that I feel like could be better, right? In terms of game mechanics, here's what we're gonna start with. Vanishing. You could vanish literally anything in the game. It's so stupid. I feel like there should be at least a limit to vanishing because the amount of vanishing battles, especially like in somewhat high ranks, doesn't even need to be high ranks, just somewhat high ranks, is ridiculous. I feel like there should be a limit, not on just key. I feel like there's, if you have full key or even a sparking, let's say hypothetically there should be a limit of like 10 because vanishing battles happen so often that I feel like it just needs a lot more work to it. So something like that would help the game a little better. Another thing, super counter. All right, so I know a lot of people are gonna say, oh, super counters it takes skill, but to be honest, it does take a little bit. But I feel like just once you get used to it, like a lot of things like vanishing, once you get used to vanishing, you could pull it off in anything. You don't know how many like times I point blank vanish an ult because I knew how the time to vanish. I think it's just dumb, you know what I mean? And the fact that it's free to use, like it doesn't cost anything, like no bar, no skill stock or whatever. I think that's pretty dumb, to be honest. So I feel like something like that should help the game if you have like a cost to it, so or like a certain amount. So like, let's say every super counter costs half a skill stock. Something like that, instead of it just being free and you just have to know the timing, I feel like that would help the game better. Because once you get used to it, you can kind of just spam it no matter what you do. And it'll pretty much help with anything, right? Another thing, vanishing and combos. So vanishing and combos is also stupid. If you have a combo going, right? Which I think in any game, it should be rewarding if you have a combo, because you earn that. Let's say you outplayed your opponent and you managed to get them into a combo that could do high damage. That is perfectly fine. And obviously it's also fine to have something that will get you out of it as long as it costs you something in return. So like, I don't know what it's called, Z counter or whatever, but you know the one where you just press a button and it just breaks you out of combo, but it costs like, I think two skill stocks. Something like that is fine, because not only that, you can counter the counter. So if you want to just keep your combo going, all you have to do is just counter the counter and then keep on going. It'll cost you the same thing because you're countering them. And even though you are using your own skill stock, you're essentially weakening their odds as well because you're making them use a stock of their own. You know what I mean? So something like that would help the game a lot. I feel like it could use a lot of work. Another thing, combos in this game. All right, so this part is probably one of the most infuriating things of this game. So like most fighting games in general, you can have a combo going. That is when you punish or simply just attack your opponent because they fucked up, right? If you get a combo going, if you hit them and you got them like out of a block or whatever, and you have a combo that you can go to, that is awesome. The thing is, in this game, combos don't matter. Like, I don't know what they thought. I don't know what they thought implementing like so many defense options, but combos literally don't matter in this game. Half the time you're gonna hit them like 10 times because that's when either auto block, if you have it, which it's an option, auto block to turn on, or you can just Z counter or perfect counter or whatever the fuck. You can just counter out of it, right? It doesn't even matter. So there's no point in learning combos because you're only gonna get realistically like maybe 10 hits off before either the auto block kicks in or they're able to get a super counter off or a perfectly timed vanish or whatever. You know what I mean? And certain those things other than vanishing with key, like super counter, it takes nothing to use it. You just gotta time the hit. So some things like that really infuriate me, because in terms of me, and I'm a very aggressive player, and you know, and with me being aggressive, I feel like I would 100% learn combos in this game. And there are certain things that I do pull off in like a ranked setting or online in general, but I feel like it really doesn't matter because of how many options there are just to get out of it. Once you know timing, which is literally 100, like 90% of the defensive options anyway. Once you know timing, you could just get out of it. So what is the point of me learning how to do combos if they can just get out of it at any time? It makes no sense. It should be rewarding for me to get off, you know, be able to counter or punish the opponent for doing something stupid. But it doesn't matter. It does not feel rewarding getting any sort of hits off. You know what I mean? Like it really doesn't, because there's no point in it. All right, now we're gonna be talking about one of the main things that everyone's having with online now: rage quitting. Rage quitting is such a huge issue right now online, and it is just stupid. So I was actually recording some footage for this video, and you're probably gonna be seeing in the background here. But I had at least like a couple times where I had a rage quit, which, to be honest, I don't care, because I don't play online. Like, I'm not one of those people that grind this game online. It's just I really don't like one online, at least specifically in this game, only because everything feels like cheap. Combos aren't rewarding because there's no point in them. Everyone just knows how to do defense offense options now, so nothing you could do really matters in this game unless you're able just to get like a super or an unadvantageable off, right? And there's also a lot of cheese, which I understand. Oh, you know, like this game is not supposed to be balanced, but let's be real, it was going to be competitive regardless, one, and two, the game's got to be playable. Just because the game said it wasn't going to be balanced off rip doesn't mean it should be unplayable. Like, you should, regardless of who you play or whatever, you should be able to do something. You know what I mean? Like, all I think really should change is how much harder it is if you're choosing a weaker character to fight against someone of a stronger character, right? That is rewarding, but nothing else should be like, there shouldn't be too much cheese either. Like, every fighting game especially is gonna have cheese, but I feel like something should work around it. You know what I mean? All right, another thing is it kind of correlates with rage quitting is DP matches. So my issues with DP matches, which I don't like playing it that much, mainly because it's also rage quitting shit. Like, imagine playing like you gotta pick like, what, I think 5 characters, and you gotta play and you have to defeat every single character. Okay, sounds cool. But with rage quitting, everyone just waits until they're on the like a sliver of health on the last character and just leave. And then on top of that, they don't lose anything for leaving. Like today, right? While I was recording, my game ended up crashing, right? So obviously I got upset and I was like, you know, like, my game crashed, it sucked. But two things, even though I was out of my control, I didn't lose anything either. I didn't lose anything. I didn't lose anything from that match. Nor did I even get penalized. Like, I didn't even get a warning or anything. So like, I don't really see the point of like not leaving. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna leave because I have pride and I have standards, but a lot of people don't. Like, to be honest with you, especially in fighting games, everyone's a sore loser. So if there's no point, then it's like, why play? Like, why even lose a game? Why even risk losing? Just leave. There's no point. Why are you gonna lose things by playing it like normally when you could just leave and not lose anything? And they don't gain anything either. You just waste everyone's time. There's no point. That's another big issue that I have with this game. just rage quitting, I think it's stupid. I feel like at the very least, the person who didn't leave should get a reward. Like it should count as a win regardless, or even if not even like a full win, just it's like almost a full win in terms of points, but like reduce a little bit because of the rage quit. I'd be fine with that. And then they lose like a full match, right? Because they left. All right, so here's a couple things that more like I want more from the game, and this is in custom battle. I know not everyone's gonna care about custom battle, but as someone who's probably spent more time on anything else on the game and custom battle than even online, there are a lot of things that I wish they would change. First of all, something that I feel like would increase, even though it is kind of risky, I feel like I have a workaround for that, which I think is also stupid, but it could work, right? So there's two. So one, right? Custom dialogue. Custom dialogue, I think, would enhance every story that is ever posted on this shit massively. I don't know how many times I'm trying, like, because at the same time, I know there's a lot of dialogues that we can choose from, but also realistically, you're not gonna end up choosing all of them. And 90% of the time, unless you have way too much time to really sit down and make it, it's very hard to scroll through like what 5,000 dialogue options. That's too much. So like literally what you can do is just make a system where you can type your own dialogue, but certain combinations of words, certain words in general, or curses or whatever are banned or not allowed. So something similar to Roblox, but maybe not as strict, because you know there is cursing in Dragon Ball. Allow some curses, not some others. And obviously anything racist or sexist, whatever, move all that, right? Make sure that's not them. You could just do that. So have it so you can write dialogue, but what you can write is also very strict, which obviously certain things like certain curses should be allowed, you know. If not, the second best thing is custom dialogue in stories you cannot post. What do I mean by that? So what I mean by that is have it so either you cannot, you can write custom dialogue, like, right, it's a separate option. So like how normal and simple edit is different, have it so you can write, you know, have it with normal dialogue and custom dialogue. But if you choose custom dialogue, you can't post it in the library, so it'll be just for you. This will be great for content creators like myself. So like even for me, like I have custom battles I'm gonna be posting to the channel, right? So I think that would be also really good. Or if you do that, right, so you can write custom dialogues but you can't post them in the library, have it to where this is optional, but I would prefer this. I think anyone would if they had this option. So you can't post in the library, so not just anyone could do it. But like, let's say if a content creator does it, or let's say I post something, right, a story, custom dialogue and everything, I think like if I had a link or like the code, like, you know, like the little ID code that you can just look up, only those with the ID code can access it, right? So like if I wanted my viewers to actually go in and actually play it themselves, I think that would be also a great option. So that is also really good, you know. So here's an issue that I had, because I was making, you'll see it when I eventually post it, but I was essentially making like a finale of like a series I was making in the custom battles. So I had this issue of I ran out of clips to use, like, because you know you can make your own cutscenes and dialogue and all that. I ran out of like space to make more cutscenes. Like there was a limit, which I think is so stupid. Why is there a limit? I wanted to make a fully fledged movie and everything, which low-key got me upset. Remove the limit. I think it's so stupid. Another one talking about limits is limit to characters. Now, playable characters limiting it to 5 on each side is 100% understandable. That is normal. I'm okay with that. My issue is limiting the NPC numbers. I think that's dumb. Like, if you can only have 10 characters in total, so that it's including NPCs, I think that is so dumb. I think it should be 10, 5 player and 5 enemy, and then 10 NPCs or something like that, just to keep it an ideal or simple. Because remember, you can't show, like, if you're doing like a transformation scene, you can't show the transformation character unless they're in an NPC form. So if you want to have like a battle between 2 characters, right, and they have OD, like let's say Goku and Vegeta, right, they have a lot of transformation. Why can't I show them off? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's dumb. Like, I feel like there shouldn't be a limit. Either there should be a limit of 10 NPCs or no limit on NPCs, to be honest. Now, I understand that on maps, like when you creating cutscene, you can only, there's only a certain amount of characters and certain things. But at the same time, that's the easy workaround. Just don't have them show up. Have it so like the max number on that map can show up. But if you take someone out, you can just swap them in. So they're kind of like on standby. I think that will make perfect sense. Perfect sense. Something like that would help make the custom battles so much better. It honestly, and I'm kind of upset because there's so much potential in that. But yeah, it is what it is at this point. Anyway, that kind of summarizes what my issues are in the game. I think this game is still really good. I really do still enjoy this game, though this game does have a lot to work with, or work on rather. So, you know, I think it just needs to work itself out. So that's about it. I know it's face cam, don't mind the ears, but that's about it. I don't know how often we'll do face cam. I think on gameplay videos maybe. I just wanted to test this out, how I look in the thing, but that's about it. If anything, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I know I look chopped. You don't need to say it. Okay, I know I look ugly. It's fine. And anything, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.